Hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Q&A today. This is Gemma Stone from gemmastone.org, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about self-sabotage because we had a whole bunch of questions about it. So, last video we talked about, do I know if I'm self-sabotaging? How do I figure it out? And there were those two ways to figure out if self-sabotage is happening in your life. And then we had a whole bunch of questions about, okay, so what causes self-sabotage? So there are four main things I think that cause self-sabotage. So we're going to talk about those today. So the first thing that can cause self-sabotage are beliefs that we have, and often these are created in childhood. So depending on the things that you were exposed to as a child, or if you had any traumatic events, or maybe if you had a coach or a teacher or a parent that was less than supportive, sometimes those beliefs that are formed early in our life can create self-sabotage. So those are all stored in the subconscious part of your mind like we talked about last time. So that's one of the ways that self-sabotage can be created. Another way that it can be created is that if we start to associate failure with pleasure. You might wonder what that's all about, but basically what happens is that sometimes when we're kids, it's when we fail that we get a whole bunch of love and attention. And so what happens is that our mind starts to associate failure with love, and love is pleasure for us when we're kids and even when we're adults. And so often what happens is that our mind decides that in order to be loved, then I have to fail. And that will get me the attention that I need, or the love, or it would be pleasurable. So that can be another way that self-sabotage can be created. The third way that self-sabotage can be created is if our mind associates change with pain. So our subconscious mind has two jobs. One is to make us right, which often keeps us stuck, or the other is to keep us safe. And so if it associates change with pain, then often it's going to go to extreme ends to help you avoid change and avoid pain. And so if you're trying to change into something different, whether it's happier, healthier, or more successful, if you're trying to change in some way and your mind associates that with pain, then it'll try to keep you stuck, and that will come out as self-sabotage. And the fourth, we've already done number 3, we're on to number 4, is low self-worth. So low confidence, low self-esteem, low self-worth, all of those things can create self-sabotage because often the mind feels like, I don't deserve it, I'm not good enough, and those can keep us stuck. And so those would be the 4 ways that self-sabotage can be created. So I hope you enjoyed this another day today, and I'd love to hear from you. If you liked it, then like it, and leave me a comment below. If you have more questions, or if you want the next Q&A today to be your question, then send me an email and I'll put a link down below so you can just pop that in and get it over to me. So hope this served you in some way, and look forward to chatting with you next time. Bye-bye.